A lot of people ask me if I was a flight instructor or if I flew for a regional airline. I am not a flight instructor. I did not become a CFI, and I also did not fly for a regional airline. And so often people will say, why didn't you do that path? And then even more a common question is B, how did you get away with not going through that traditional path, right? So what I will tell you is this: network with people and work on your interpersonal skills, because I attribute a lot of my movement through this industry to the contacts, the network, and the interpersonal skills. And it's so vital, so important that you understand this, particularly when you go into, for example, an interview environment, an interview setting. This is all the main core of the interview program that we offer, where I talk about influence and how to ensure that you're always answering. Once you get in front of the right person, you're reading them properly and you're always answering what it is that they want to hear, and you're certain that you are communicating effectively to them. And so, just very fortunate, blessed to have kind of taken a little bit of a different path. But I've always gone to these seminars and job fairs when I wasn't qualified to even be there, just because I knew the network of people was there that could potentially help me in the future. So a good example of this is I went to a job fair when I had just 500 hours, and it was only airlines that required the minimum 1,500, right? So I'm 1,000 away. And I still went just for the networking opportunity, thinking that at some point, somewhere in my future, if I could meet somebody there that could potentially help me later, it would make a big difference in my career, and it has. So you have to network, go to these events, and then work on your skills, your interpersonal skills, to be able to relate and be relatable, and that will help you a lot to open doors and uncover opportunities where there may seem there's none for others. You find them. And so much of it has to do with the relationship. So, on my other site, Munoz Mission, I talk about how the difference between a contact and a contract is the R, the relationship. So, for example, the difference between being hired and not being hired, right, is a relationship with the person who perhaps recommended you for that position, and also the interaction with the person giving you the interview. So, interpersonal skills, man, communication is huge, and contacts. So for those of you up and coming pilots, count your hours, but also count your contacts and count on your communication skills, because that's going to help you almost more than your hours will, believe me.